Shalom, shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a quick lesson and, Lord willing, share an article with you, Akiyam and Akwath, I came across this morning. Pretty much we're going to go in the spirit of prophecy per usual, because this is the time we're living in. We're living in a time of prophecy, okay, where Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America, the superpower of the earth, the hammer, okay, of the earth, is slowly but surely falling. And this whore, okay, she's in ICU, she's bleeding from the mouth, and she's coughing up blood. And these other nations can see it. You have the BRICS nations, which consist of Russia, China, South Africa, and various other nations, and others that are actually awaiting to sign on and be part of that faction, okay, that have surpassed Babylon and the NATO militarily. As far as a military structure, they are competitive, for lack of better words. It would be a heads up war. You see, it wouldn't be just a sweep. Babylon and won't be able to just sweep the BRICS nations. It will be a battle. And not only have they matched or surpassed them militarily, but from an economic standpoint, they've also surpassed Babylon and the G7 from an economic standpoint. So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is doing things, and Babylon the Great's definitely fallen without a doubt. And it's clear to see. But these other nations, China, Russia, North Korea, they're under the assumption that they got next, but they're sadly mistaken, because as Asaki Yamanakwath, we're fully aware, pursuing to Daniel 7, we are in that fourth beast. We're living in the time of the fourth beast, the revived Roman Empire, and we are at the feet of the statue, okay, that Daniel saw. We are at the end of the time of the heathen reigning over us, man. You see, the book of Daniel goes into how the saints are going to take the kingdom, man. The saints of the Most High. Okay, and that everlasting kingdom is going to be erected. And all the other dominions are going to serve Yasha Allah, man. This is the time we're coming into. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, before we grab this article, let's grab this in the book of Psalms, the 2nd chapter. And it reads, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Right? And one of the most vain things that these heathen are imagining is them having next. Them being able to reign over the planet Earth in wickedness for hundreds of years next. You see? Hey, that's not going to happen pursuing the biblical prophecy. We know we're at the end of this thing. Okay? We have the talks of World War III, which is the third woe, pursuant to Revelations, the 11th chapter. Okay? The Charagma's on the scene. Okay? Which goes directly into Revelations 13 and 16, going into that mark. Okay? We have, Jacob's trouble over the horizon. You can see that this damn devil's passion legislation, to eventually, inevitably come down upon the people, man. He's still pursuing his smear campaign, on the men of the Lord and on this word. He has a cancel culture, a campaign also. He's been pushing, pretty much trying to silence, the truth from going out. Trying to make it illegal to speak certain things. They're already using algorithms to pretty much have you, not be able to say certain things, man. This man is reconstructing his whole system right before our eyes. You know, you people no longer have any form of amendment rights, man. That's coming to an end. And these right-hand Edomites, they see this coming. They see that this is coming, and that's why all hell's gonna break loose. You see, when these Edomites, these proud, regular Joe six-pack Edomites, when they come to the realization that they're on the same playing field as us, right? That they're on the same level as us, and they're gonna lose their mind, man. You see? And hey, Jacob's trouble's gonna take off, man. You see, evil and only evil's coming. But the point I want to make is, hey, you damn heathen don't got next. Yasha Allah got next. Yahweh Shai, okay, is coming to take all the crowns from you damn heathen, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shai is going to raise up his people. Okay, we're going to be raised up out of the dunghill, man. Our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And we got next, man. It's over with for you heathen. Let's continue on. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, right, and you can, read about this council, right, and this confederacy they have against us, man, in Psalms 83. You see, all these nations are against us, man. Let's continue on. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us, right? They work together to keep us in further division, to keep us destitute, to keep us through, to keep, the kingdoms going up against each other. They've worked together, to keep us in a through mindset, But just to show you the power, of our power, and the beauty, right, and the magnificence of his people, it took a conglomerate of these heathen nations to come up against us, man, to stop us. You see, because the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is working with us, man. And if it wasn't for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, they would not have been able to stop us. You see, we went off. We sinned against our power. This is the only reason why you damn heathen were able to, reign over us, man. Hey, but that's coming to an end. Okay? Let's continue on. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision, right? You heathen are going to be laughing stocks, man. Okay, you're going to be scorned. You see, you ain't got next. Y'all through out here. So all your efforts in, creating this new, in this new world order and this, digital currency, hey, it's all in vain, man. It's all in vain. It's not gonna come. It's not gonna come to its perfection. Let's go to this article real quick. All right, this is from Zero Hedge. Okay, and it's dated April 10th, 2023. This is this morning, so it's fresh off the press, right? And the title reads, "Breaking Dollar Hegemony." Okay, BRICS nations are leading the world to hyper Bitcoinization. And yeah, and that word hegemony goes into pretty much dominance, right? The dollar's been dominant. It's been supreme. For decades now. And this man's been reigning with all manners of wickedness, man. Hey, but it's coming to a time where he's falling. But they're saying via the BRICS nations, we're going to be led into a hyper-Bitcoinization. No, Bitcoin has nothing to do with this, man. There was even an Edomite lady, I forgot her name, but there was a video that came out some time ago, and she was speaking on how they got to come up with new laws and pretty much a new infrastructure based off this digital system that they're concocting. And it was different from Bitcoin. See? And on top of that, there were more leaks, okay, with individuals that actually, Esau Edom, the so-called white man's, tongue fell upon himself. When you have individuals, inside information came out, there's videos on this, that this CBDC system, which consists of this central banking digital currency, it evolves around a device about the size of a grain of rice. Okay, that's going to go underneath the skin. This is what's been already said. Okay, so we know this isn't going to happen. Bitcoin is not going to be the next leading world form of currency. It's not going to be in the form of Bitcoin. No, it's going to be a form of a digital dollar. That's going to be on a micro CHIP. You see, pursuing the Revelations 13 and 16. Let's get a little bit. Lord willing, we'll probably get into that real quick. Let's get this real quick. How the emergence of BRICS as an alternative to the US dollar's global dominance will usher in worldwide Bitcoin adoption. And again, that's not, pursuing the biblical prophecy, that's not accurate. Right? Since the end of the Second World War, the United States has constantly been the dominant global superpower, right? This is the hammer of the earth, and it still is. You know, this place still holds sway. It's going to take a lot to knock this bitch off her course. But we understand, pursuing the biblical prophecy, what's that, Revelation 17, you got, I believe it's Jeremiah 50, going into that snare that's been laid on this whore, where these nations are going to turn on this place, man. Even her allies, pursuing Obadiah 1 and 7. You see, they're gonna eat her flesh and burn her with fire, man, in the form of those ICBM missiles. That's going to be the climax of Mystery Babylon, the Great Fallen. You see, the Soviet Union vied for superiority during the Cold War, but ultimately failed as it lost control of its satellite states. This was evident when the Berlin Wall came down in 1989. In recent years, American hegemony has been challenged by China, a nation which has accumulated tremendous wealth since opening up its economy to the world. China now seems poised to usurp global power as it continues to engage in a form of financial imperialism across the globe. And you gotta watch Evil E, because you see he used that word usurp. Okay, and when you go into that word usurp, it goes into pretty much to take over or to take, right? And and when you look it up, it's gonna go into by illegally or by force. You see, so he's pretty much, shining a light on China as if they're gonna do it, with aggression. But needless to say, all these nations are angry, pursuing the biblical prophecy. These nations are mad, man, because they understand, America's been, pretty much rape, robbing, and pillaging and colonizing everybody. And she only cares about herself, And now with this BRICS unity that we're seeing before us, they're feeling bold enough to, we might be able to take this hoe. But they err to think that they got next to rule. This is the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. What these nations don't understand, these kings of the earth, you're doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is the authority that we come under, man. Okay, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down to us like-minded men. You're doing the will of our power. You see? And again, I got to throw it out there. You don't got next. Guaranteed. All right, let's continue on. Today, both Russia and China are part of global cadre known as BRICS, which includes Brazil, India, and South Africa, which with other countries such as Turkey and Saudi Arabia, perhaps, waiting in the wings to join as well, and Mexico and many others, man. Many other, there's a grocery list of nations that want to join the BRICS, man. And you can imagine they're going to end up doing so, right? This is going to usher in that third world's war, man, where these nations are going to be gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? The valley of Yahweh Shaphat, okay? The valley of Yahweh's judgment out there in the Middle East. This is biblical prophecy. It's going to come to pass. It's coming to pass, as I speak. Right, in case you haven't been paying attention, the world is undergoing a major paradigm shift, right? Okay, and when you go into that word paradigm, it goes into pretty much like a standard. Okay, and they're changing the standard of their whole currency system. First and foremost, this is why they have banks crashing all over the place. Matter of fact, let's continue on. With BRICS at the center, right? Banks across the world are failing, right? Saudi Arabia and Iran are negotiating historic peace talks, and countries are beginning to deviate from the US dollar as the world reserve currency. And let's put this out there. The elite, okay, the 1% is ultimately, they're controlling both sides. They want this new world order to be ushered in. And they understand that they got to take down this powerhouse, which is America, which is their powerhouse. Okay, they know what they got to do, and they put up certain characters and faces and you know, to create their storyline. You see? To usher in their will. Not realizing it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but ultimately, you know, these banks are crashing across the world. Why? Because they're going to usher in a new currency, man, which is going to be digital. Okay, we quoted earlier, Revelations 13 and 16. Let's go get it. Let's get into these precepts real quick. Lord willing, I'm going to come back to that article real quick and get a little more. But let's get this real quick. Let's go here. A prophecy is speaking, and it's not lying. The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16, it reads, and he causeth all, who's he? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, starting with these banking elites, these 1%ers, okay, the people you don't see, okay, these international banking families, man, okay, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers, the Rockefellers, so on and so forth, man. Hey, there's 60 elite families, man. And they're running this show through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because pursuing the Proverbs, the 21st chapter, the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. He's controlling these damn devils in every way, shape, form, fashion, and thought. Let's continue on. And he causeth all, both small and great, right? Young and old, right? Young and old. You better believe it's going to be a new standard where when you come out the womb, hey, you're going to get that grain of rice in you. You see? Rich and poor, free and bond, right? Rich and poor. See that? So you jakes that sold out, that think you got it. Okay, that think you got it. Yeah, you got a new life going. Hey, you did it for mama, right? Hey, you're going to have to get that thing. You're going to have to get that thing. Hey, there's no escape. Free and bond, you see? So you can be incarcerated or you can be out here in society. You got to get it. To receive an MARK, right? In their right hand or in their foreheads, man. And we always do it, but we got to do it for edification. When you get that word MARK in the Strong's G.
Strong's G 5480, Charagma.
All right, Karagma. All right, which is it goes into a stamp, right, and imprinted MARK, right, of the MARK stamp on the foreheads, Salakia, or the right hand, right, as the badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiach, right, and ultimately, if you get this thing, Salakia. Ultimately, if you get this thing, you're pretty much pledging allegiance to evil E, okay, who's the god of this world, pursuing the 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. All right, he's the power of this world right now. The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, Job 9 and 24. And if you let this man climb up inside you with that technology of his, okay, which is an idol, hey, you're pledging allegiance to him, man. You're saying that he's your god. And if you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, hey, you're gonna die the death of an infidel, man. You're gonna be caught right up in that fire with the rest of these demons, pursuing the Revelations 14, 9 and 10, man. You're gonna be set on. You're gonna be burnt alive, man, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. Right. Let's continue on. The mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work. Right. Hey. Of idolatrous images. It's an idol. And what's the first commandment? What's the first Mosaic law? Thou shalt not put any God before Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And this is exactly what you stupid so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are gonna do if you take your ass down there to that C-hip station. Okay? This is exactly what you're gonna end up doing, man. You see? Let's go back. See, that's that grain of rice. Actually, matter of fact, let's get this root word, right? And the root word of karagma is what?
Strong's G 5482, Charax.
Right? And let's get some information on this. Right? A pail or a stake. You see, a palisade. Why is this important to understand? Because this is the delivery system. This is the syringe. Okay, which is going to deliver that karagma which is that that grain of rice into you, bro. You see? Let's get this picture real quick. I do this often. Let's do this real quick through the spirit. Bear with me. Bear with me. As a matter of fact, before I get this, let me get this real quick. Because it said palisade, right? Now check this out. That's a palisade fence right there. You see the pointy tip? See how it's tapered? It looks just like a tip of a needle, don't it? Right, now let's go ahead. Bear with me. There's a picture I like to use that gives a really good example if they didn't take it down. Which they may have. No, they didn't. It's right here. Alright, here you go. Okay? You got the palisade. You see the needle? Yeah. See how it's tapered? Yeah, just like that palisade fence, right? You see in the definition in the biblical usage of karaks, it goes into a palisade or a pale. You see, and that karagma goes into what? The idolatrous image, which is that grain of rice, okay? Which is that mark of the beast, man. And they're speaking about these things. Okay, this is it. Okay, all your money is gonna be on that. Okay, your whole identity is gonna be on that, man. They're gonna be able to track your carbon footprint through that. Okay, this is the reality of this thing, man. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the scriptures. Bear with me. Let's continue on, right? Revelations 13 and 17. And that no man, okay, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MARK. Why do you think this is a global thing? Why do you think banks are failing all throughout the world? Because this is the plot, you see, to usher in this CBDC system. See, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We understand what's going on here. Scripture says that we have the mind of Hamashiach. We have the true vision through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We have the true vision. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the MARK, or the name, right? Or the name of the BEAST, right? Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Let's get a little more. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636, which goes into the UPC, okay, the Universal Product Code, man. That barcode, okay. You're gonna have this man's number on you. You're gonna have you're gonna be you're gonna have that idol in you, man. You're gonna be his property. And you're going to have to face the repercussions, man. You're going to take part in the second death. That's the moral of the story. Let's go back to that article real quick. There's a little bit more in there. Bear with me. Where did I leave off? I left off after that right there. There I did. Yeah, I did right there. Okay. An important question to consider then is, how does the current state or geopolitics and macroeconomics shape the future of a hyper Bitcoinized world? It's not going to. We just went into it. It's going to go into that grain of rice. But anyways, I acknowledge that nobody can predict the future with any real certainty. We can, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Hey, see, and this is why it's a beautiful thing, man, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has put his spirit on us, man. You know, because what's that? Proverbs, let me get another quick precept. That's beautiful. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, You Akim and Akwath know where I'm going. Let's get this real quick. Is it Proverbs 29? Khan. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 18, it reads, where there is no vision, the people perish, man. See? Where there's no prophecy, where there's no foresight, where there's no ability to see ahead of yourself, man, way ahead of yourself. That foresight, the ability to see into the future. That's what prophecy means, man, to say before. And that's Akim have been given that ability through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, man. The people, okay, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. You see? We can predict the future through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we can say that confidently. I acknowledge that nobody can predict the future with any real certainty. However, I would like to share my vision. That's the spirit. I would like to share my vision of how game theory plays out over time. Now, this is his vision. If it's not coming in with the foundation of the scriptures prophecies, it's in vain. So let's continue on. I believe that over the next few decades, the emergence of BRICS as an alternative to U.S. hegemony will cause the global economy to evolve into 3 phases. Phase 1 will be a pivot from a unipolar financial world to a multipolar one. In phase 2, Bitcoin becomes a medium of exchange and unit of account for many nations. In the third and final phase, we experience real hyper-Bitcoinization. He's wrong here. Clearly, because again, Bitcoin is not going to have anything to do with this. Okay, everything, all this new currency is going to evolve around that CHIP, a digital dollar. And again, I mentioned it in the beginning of this lesson. This video out there, Lord willing, I can find it. Old girl, she's breaking down. It was at the World Economic Forum meeting, man. You see, literally, she said that it's this system that they have to come up with. It's not going to evolve around the Bitcoin. It's different from Bitcoin. See, so we know this is off. You know, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for allowing us to see these things. You see, and ultimately, you know, back to my previous point I was making, you heathen don't got necks. You heathen do not have necks. Okay, as Babylon crashes and they come up with this new currency to try to start over and build back better. Okay, no, you other nations don't got necks. All right, this is all going to be a failed effort. Let's go here. The book of Daniel, chapter 4, and verse 17, it reads, this matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. And this is what you heathen forgot. You heathen done forgot that it's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai that ruleth in the kingdom of men. You're not determining if you got. Let's get this real quick. Let me get a quick precept. We're gonna come right back to that. Abba Ratazah. Let me get this real quick. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 3, and it reads, for power is given of you, Salakia. Let me read this again from the top. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty, okay, from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels, man. See? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai gives you the power and the sovereignty, man. And pursuing the biblical prophecy, we got next. You damn heathen, you Amalekites, and the rest of you heathen have trodden down Jerusalem, pursuing the Luke 21, and what's that, 24? You know? It's over, man. This damn devil has taken peace from the earth. He's destroyed creation, the air, the water, the food. Hey, it's over. We're at the pinnacle of this man's rulership, man. We're at the pinnacle of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's game over. This is why we're seeing chariot sightings, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is searching out your works. He's searching out your counsels. And you damn demons are doomed, man. It's game over for you. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming to get the remnant of his people. We're going home, man. And we're going to reign on this planet Earth forever. Lord willing, we're part of that precious number, man. That's Akiyam and Akwa. Let's continue on in the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17 from the top. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the word of the Holy One, right? The angels, right? To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will and setteth up over it the bases of men. And that as I speak, the bases of men are ruling, which consists of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, the son of perdition. Remember, there's 3 classifications of men. You got the sons of God, which is our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, you got the sons of men, which is the rest of these heathen. And you got the son of perdition, man, which is the so-called white man, woman, and child, which are their true biblical name, are the Edomites. Okay? And they're ruling the earth right now. And who's at the bottom right now? Yasha Allah. Our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We're at the bottom of the bottom, and there's nothing under us. But guess what? Where those bases of men that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to allow to reign coming into the eon to come. What scripture say? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to set us up. We are currently the bases of men in this man's society. Okay, let's close out here. That's why when you go here, let's go back to the Apocrypha real quick. Let's close out right here if the Spirit allows. That's why when you go to the book of Sirach, the book of Ecclesiastic is also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 11, in verse 5, it says this, man. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath worn the crown, man. Here it is. The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American are the last option to be next up, okay, to rule. But here it is, pursuing the biblical prophecy, we got next. Okay, with Yahweh Shai, with Yahweh Shai, leading the charge, man. Okay? Israel got next. Affliction is not going to arise a second time, pursuing the Nahum 1 and 9. We are at the end of this captivity, man. All right, we're about to be glorified, Akiyam and Akwaf. Hey, hold fast. Hey, we're about to go home, man. We got next. All right, Lord willing, we get to see it and be part of it. 144, Kahalang Imla, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Beautiful. Just seen 144 on the bus. All right, hey, Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf will edify, man. Hey, we going home. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf will edify. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halanim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Shalom.